Hello, everybody. So, I got back from my trip and I wanted to talk about the games available on planes. Not all of them, and for no other reason than I felt like it. So, everybody, welcome to Airplay Games. Now, a few things to keep in mind. For the first few games, my controller was actually stuck and I couldn't get it out. So forgive me if some footage look like I suck. There also won't be any audio since they had to use headphones. So stock generic music it is. Okay, first off, Pac-Man. It's just vanilla Pac-Man. I mean, it can be fun, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, something feels off about this version. I think it was the more frantic AI of this version, but I'm not sure. Next off, oh, what am I looking at? And why is it making that face? So this game is Flappy Bird on steroids. You use button 4 like that game, but not only is it not as fun, not only is it going way too fast, but you die way too easily. Like legit, one pinch of this guy could be the end of it. Also, that animation of him running away looks weird. But enough about physics, let's talk about Pong. It is Pong and it is fun, although sometimes it feels like the AI is rubber banding each time you have the advantage, but I won, so no biggie. Super Pinball Arcade. Well, aside from having two pointless words in the title, this is pinball, except you don't even have to do much, and the game becomes automatic. Yes, screw it, that's what I'm calling myself. Poltergeist, a 2D beat 'em up that for some reason feels the need to load between parts of the same stage. Out of all the games so far, this is easily the most competent. The graphics are appealing, there's an actual challenge, and the game is very charming. Although I gotta ask, how can a ghost already die? Like, isn't it already dead? It can't just die again. So how can Portuguese die. Makes no sense. The next one is checkers, and there's only two things. It's checkers, and I suck at checkers. Moving on. And now a thing to note for the last one I played with the stock controller. I played it with a displaying text that looks like a kitten smashed its head into a keyboard while it says I was watching Iron Man 2. Which I was. And it says... Well, aside from the questionable faces of the jellies, this is a surprisingly more gruesome version of checkers. Seriously, these little freaks of nature are more excited to devour each other than... If I finish that sentence, I'll regret it.
I'm not pleased.
So for the next games, I was actually able to remove the controller since I was on a different flight, so that also means I get to describe what's the controller. The rubbery, slightly too mushy D-pad and volume buttons, the 4 clicky buttons that are numbered, along with the other 2 buttons, and finally 2 buttons you will never ever use. You up to speed? Good, let's play more of these. Next is chess. It's chess, and I suck at chess. Moving on. Then you have the Caveman series, where one is a blatant Pac-Man ripoff that not only has input lag but also has at times input reverse sometimes, while the other 2 go for their own block-based puzzles. The second one is the best one at feeling like an actual game, but that's not really saying much for either. They can both become rather really boring really quickly. And I'll be honest, I put them down very quickly. Then I proceeded to watch the first Lord of the Rings, which is 3 hours. 3 hours. I still managed to play the next game, which is Tetris. Even though it's just Tetris, you've got 3 modes. Marathon, which is literally just Tetris. 40 lines, where you try to clear the most lines without overflowing. And Ultra is the one where you do the same thing as in 40 lines, but you do it in the fastest time possible. I'd show footage, but you're dealing with this guy.
I don't care.
Then you have water pipes. What the hell am I looking at? What am I looking at this? This is confusing. This is actually making me overwhelmed just looking at it, and I have no idea what I'm doing. Then you have this one, which is literally just Minefield. 1-to-1, the rules exactly, it's Minefield. Minefield.
This is just a lawsuit waiting to happen.
Our final game in the video is Monsters University. Yeah, but it's essentially a point and click Metal Gear Solid with a timing based minigame at the end of every level. It can be fun for a little bit, but it becomes boring. It doesn't help that this is based on a not good prequel to a good movie. Pardon me, but I'm realizing all of these are all over the place. R2D2, where are you? That's probably why not a lot go out of their way to choose a game and instead just watch a movie or TV show. Which is a shame because games on airplanes sounds like a dream made in heaven, on the sky. But the execution just wasn't there. Say, can you show that slime face one more time?
I am not pleased.
Thank you.